Getting a little more realistic with the same kind of question. We've got plenty of unannounced ships that we've seen in the progress tracker roadmap and monthly reports coming up. Any ideas from you guys about what those might be?
What's the one?
I do, but I'm not gonna mention too much of it.
Okay, I know one of them is coming with a cargo hold, which I think is fairly noteworthy.
Yeah, that was, what did it say? Cargo hold and living quarters.
Yeah, living quarters, cargo hold, and I think cockpit was the last part they mentioned, which, you know, duh.
So the other one that was on and off the roadmap was the Lynx rover. That came on and off twice. Yeah, so I'm trying to think of the other one. There was
there I think are
C8.
3 or 4 unannounced right now.
Yeah, you'd have to assume though that there's like, because this is the usual thing. There's one at each price point, so they tend to have like sub $100, then somewhere between 100 to 200, and then something that's 350 plus.
Yeah,
and that's a pretty common thing. They did kind of break that last year a little bit, but it was reasonably within that ballpark. But also generally they also tend to have a ship come out around or something for sale around the anniversary. Sorry, not the anniversary, the October 10. What do they call that, Paul? I'm brain farting, sorry.
CitizenCon?
CitizenCon. Yeah.
No. CitizenCon, and then they have the anniversary. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So they have something for CitizenCon, and then they have
one for IAE. Yeah.
Well, 3 for AI usually, but yeah. So that explains the 4 ships.
And they also
right there.
They like to try and slip in ships that are kind of corresponding to some of the bigger features they're doing at the time. And with the cargo refactor and the whole cargo hold thing, I feel like that must be saying something about that ship, but I have no clue what kind of stuff they could be working on. There's nothing like specific that I see in the next couple of quarters that they might be aiming for other than salvage.
I see 3 things that we've already seen. One, we talked about this on Thursday, which is I can see we don't have a lot of medical ships. We have 2, 3 if you count the Endeavor, that are dedicated to medical. But we don't have any kind of rescue ship. We don't have like a first responder ship. So, but we do have with the Legionnaire a boarding ship. So something like a Legionnaire that's designed to dock to a ship in distress, crack open a busted door, run in, repressurize the hull, drag people out into and get them into like a first responder, like a tier 3 med bed to just get them stabilized. That has like rescue equipment in the front hatch, spare suit lockers for extra suits if you need to, like a fire truck that for space, like a fire truck ambulance but for space. Is something we need because that's going to be a thing, especially as we go further into larger systems. People are going away from having time to kill to time to disable. Those sorts of ships are going to be valuable for just gameplay wise. But I think that's more of a concept ship, like the Legionnaire or the Legionnaire. Is it Legionnaire? Yeah, the one that the Anvil. Yeah. But I think coming up, we've got 3 major things. We've got salvage, we've got cargo refactor, and we've got bounty hunting.
Yeah.
Oh, you missed one, bro. But that's all right. That gives me, because you would literally stole my limelight there. But that's fine. Keep going. You missed one.
Okay.
Go look at the progress tracker. What I miss.
I think those 3 are ones that we'll see ships that will be released to. So another cargo ship, something like the Raft, maybe from Misk.
Yeah.
Or from Crusader. Crusader's another big hauling thing, or even Drake, which is another big hauling manufacturer.
Yep.
And then you've got the we only have 2 salvage ships. We don't have a 600i scale, like a Connie 600i scale salvage, which we could usually have.
Yeah.
And with bounty hunting, we don't have really. We have 2 ships which are supposedly bounty hunting, but we don't have large bounty hunting ships. It's an idea that I've pitched for a long time, is like a flying police station. If the Apollo is a flying clinic, we need a flying police station. Something that security could work out of, and they have their own like interrogation rooms. They have their own holding cells. They have places for people to eat. They have like a place to dock or to land like an Avenger on. So a larger ship, probably slightly larger than than a large ship, but smaller than say a like an Odyssey, but for an Odyssey, but for what is it called? For bounty hunting.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to lay mine out because mine are probably a bit more thought out because I've had a long time to think about this. But I do 100% agree with you, Paul. He's got daily prayers in the background. That's why I stopped talking.
I know.
So the salvage thing, I think, is 100% a really good idea because we know that the Vulture is coming, but they also moved that gameplay onto the Reclaimer, so it's not much work to move that gameplay onto a third ship, and I think that makes a lot of sense. It's got living quarters and it's got a cargo hold. That logically dictates it could be a salvage ship. We also know that the cargo refactor is coming and that the raft was originally designed for that and it carries these big boxes. I actually think a land vehicle that can carry those big boxes would be really popular. So I think like the opposite of a mule essentially, but it carries big boxes. Bounty hunting, for me, they mentioned also in the monthly report that they've been working on a variant of a classic ship. Now, I'm only going to throw this one out there, but remember the prison ship for the Caterpillar?
Yeah.
So that could be one. And the one that you missed was was repair, because the Crucible is on the roadmap now. And so they could chuck out a concept for a mid-range repair ship, or you and I have talked about this before, something even smaller than the Vulcan as well.
Because the repair is also on the was on the progress tracker for early next year. So if they start releasing a concept ship now by Invictus, they could release a repair ship that would correspond with the release of the repair. At least their current plans for it. We know how CIG's plans go, but like that makes
military.
And you can't in CIG's defense, you can't plan for this sort of thing. So it's difficult to plan around these when you have things that are shifting constantly. But at the same time, like, so they're going to plan with releasing ships around the same time they want to have gameplay for that ship. So,
and they have the SRV on the roadmap as well. So that little truck I was talking about where it could pick up crates, it would have the tech in there by that stage as well. You could also, you could have a repair vehicle. You can see there's lots of options there at the moment. So if you just think within those four things, you can come up with a few different ideas on your own. But